If you have a business idea, chances are the Larry Sears and Sally Zlotnick Sears Think Box at Case Western Reserve University has what you need to get it up and running. In fact, the building structure is laid out in such a way that an entrepreneur can take their idea to the first floor and march it floor by floor through the stages of development until finally reaching the seventh and top floor with a fully formed business.
We saw ThinkBox more as an ecosystem around innovation and entrepreneurship.
Malcolm Cook is the executive director of the ThinkBox, which was established 4 years ago to give students, companies, and the general public access to equipment and resources aimed at entrepreneurship and innovation.
It gives us an opportunity to really be a catalyst for a change, not only in culture within the university, but also in a culture around our immediate and far-reaching community.
Cook's office is on the second floor of ThinkBox, which is a large open space dedicated to collaboration. The third and perhaps busiest floor is for prototyping.
We have some high-end 3D printers here, and we also have some desktop 3D printers.
ThinkBox manager Ian Charnas takes us on a brief tour of some of the equipment.
We've got laser cutters, 3D printers, electronics, sewing, textiles.
In the media room, Charnas shows us a powerful 3D microscope, which, like all the equipment, can be used by anyone.
There's no companies that are started just by engineers or just by management students. You need to get all these different people together so they can combine their skills and make something that makes a big impact.
The fourth floor is dedicated to the fabrication process and is where you'll find equipment for welding and machining.
Grinders, right? Drill presses. We've got a water jet cutter, so you can cut through metal.
The fifth floor is divided into sections and is used for student projects.
This is most of what we have so far for this year's robot.
It's also where we find Benjamin Lindstrom, a member of the Case Western robotics team, working on this year's project.
Due to the flexible hours that ThinkBox has allowed before, we always had to go through a professor to get access to the mechanical engineer's machine shop. Now we can go in when we have time to with certain people. It's a lot more flexible.
But Lindstrom and his team aren't the only ones benefiting from the wealth of resources available here. Prince Ghosh's company, Boundary Laboratories LLC, is working on a solid-state electrode for aircraft, wind turbines, and truck trailers.
When hooked up to the right electronics and driven by the right voltages, are capable of actually transforming the way the air flows around the blade or the wing or the semi-truck. What this leads to is we're actually able to reduce the amount of turbulent drag that's experienced by any of these bodies, with the end effect being an increase in aerodynamic efficiency.
Another company to come out of ThinkBox, Apollo Medical, has developed a handheld device that performs blood tests in a fraction of the time it would normally take and with less pain for the patient.
There's a kind of innovation out there where you make, say, a piece of aluminum 1% thinner and you save your company some money in that year. There's another kind of innovation that's big, bold, blockbuster, groundbreaking, disruptive innovation. And that's when we get most excited. It's for projects like this blood tester, where they're not just making a slight improvement on the existing technology, but their technology is just about to dominate that whole market.
Key to any entrepreneur's success is the ability to court investors, and it's where Charnas says the startups coming out of ThinkBox have an advantage.
If you have a real working prototype and you walk into an investor's door, like the Apollo Medical Group did with their blood tester, the results you get are astoundingly different than walking in with the PowerPoint presentation.
To date, Charnas says ThinkBox has launched more than 100 companies, a number which will surely grow once work is complete on the 6th and 7th floors.
Floor 6 is entrepreneurship, so those are offices of support for student startups. Floor 7 is an incubator, so when that's completed, students and perhaps selected community members will be able to have an office in the same space as all these other resources. Wouldn't that be amazing to have a 24/7 access to an office in the same building with millions of dollars of prototyping and fabrication equipment and the business and legal resources you need to really get your business off the ground and running.
The Youngstown Business Incubator, elevating every entrepreneur. For more information on program offerings, visit www.ybi.org.